What's up, guys? Steve here with another stimulus check, stimulus package, and unemployment update, as we have received word that the fight is on. That members of Congress came out yesterday and said, we need $1,200 stimulus checks included in that stimulus package that you guys are saying you're going to pass next week. So I'm going to get you caught up on who is saying this, what they're saying, and potentially, if we do get checks in this stimulus package, when you can expect to see that money hit your bank account. Also, be sure to stick around to the end because I had a lot of people ask about the unemployment in this package, so I'm going to be covering a little bit of the unemployment provisions included in this $908 billion stimulus package as well. So I'm going to dive in right now, get you caught up on all of the details, but before we do, if you like and appreciate these video updates, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. Be sure to smash the like button, it helps out the channel. Like button, leaving comments, and sharing these videos out to anybody who you think might need to see them. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos you can get them right away. And also, if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram too at SteveRam3. But now let's go ahead and dive into the latest with stimulus checks. So yesterday we saw politicians on both sides of the table, Republican and Democrat, come out and say, hey, where's the stimulus checks? We initially had bipartisan agreement that the next stimulus package should have stimulus checks for America, another second round of those $1,200 economic impact payments. And now it's not included. We've got this $908 billion stimulus package from lawmakers on both sides of the table, and it's getting a lot of support, but there's no checks. So we heard this vocalized yesterday. And just to let you guys know, I see the comments. I see a lot of people saying they're upset there's no checks. There is still a possibility that this could get added in before the December 11th deadline. As we also have heard from Nancy Pelosi, I had an interview with her yesterday. If you didn't see that, be sure to check it out. We heard her say that the $908 billion would be a good starting point, a basis for the negotiations. In other words, she wants to add a couple of things in. And so that stimulus package could get a little bit larger, and hopefully there could be included in there stimulus checks. Now, one of the first people we saw vocalize their disapproval was AOC, and she tweeted out the following. Canada did $2,000 monthly. The U.S. is the richest nation on earth, and a second stimulus check is getting blocked because GOP wanted corporate bailouts and austerity in exchange for it. Maybe if everyone in the U.S. incorporated as an LLC, Mitch McConnell would actually do something for them. And yesterday, AOC said the following to NBC News. She said, if people don't get unemployment insurance assistance, and if they don't get a stimulus check, then relief isn't going to be felt in their lives, not in a substantive way. So will I support resources to hospitals and schools and firefighters? Absolutely, but I am extremely concerned that it's not going to solve the immediate problems that people have. Now, before I share with you a few others who mentioned this, I want you to take a look at this tweet and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. She tweeted out the following. These negotiations should be public. The public should be able to see who is holding up the stimulus checks hostage and demanding immunity for big corporations exposing workers to the pandemic. The secrecy protects them. It's harder for them to do these things without the closed doors. Now, of course, here she's blaming the conservatives, but I think I totally agree. Why not just put it all out there? Full transparency so that way we can see the truth. In addition to that, we have heard several people that say that in these negotiations, what takes place behind closed doors and then what they come out and say publicly are two totally different things. So I think having full transparency would help out probably a whole lot on them actually getting stuff done. And we hear people blame Mitch McConnell, blame Nancy Pelosi, the Republicans, the Democrats. I think that would be pretty eye-opening for us to see what's actually taking place. But once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But now let's take a look at a couple other people and what they had to say as well. Now, we also saw this article come out, link in the description below, that reads, Josh Hawley and AOC agree relief must include stimulus checks. So we're seeing people, Republican and Democrat, on both sides saying, where's the stimulus checks? As it mentions that yesterday he tweeted out, I will gladly work with AOC and anyone else who wants to help working families. Families and working people in need should be the first consideration in relief, not the last. In addition to that, we saw Bernie Sanders come out and tweet out his disapproval and said he would not approve of this proposal unless it included stimulus checks. And he tweeted out, given the enormous economic desperation facing working families in this country today, I cannot support this proposal unless it is significantly improved. Despite strong Democratic opposition, this proposal provides 100% legal immunity to corporations who irresponsibly led to the deaths of hundreds of workers. It will continue to provide the get-out-of-jail-free card to companies that put the lives of their workers at risk. During the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, when 1 out of 4 workers are unemployed or make less than $20,000, every working class American needs at least $1,200 to pay the rent and feed their families. Manchin and Romney provides nothing for them. While this pandemic crisis is the worst it has ever been, Manchin and Romney not only provide no direct payments, it does nothing to address the healthcare crisis and provides totally inadequate assistance for the most vulnerable. That's wrong morally and it's wrong economically. The American people need help now. We must make sure every working class American receives at least $1,200 and that we don't give legal immunity to corporations who break the law. I will not support Manchin and Romney in its current form. We must fight together to improve it. So in previous videos, I've shown and covered the framework for you of this $908 billion stimulus package, and I'm going to be going into more depth in unemployment here at the end of the video, so stick around. But at this moment, Congress is working on assembling this into an official bill, and they're going to try to work on an agreement on what they're going to include. But if they include the $1,200 stimulus checks, here is, link in the description below, an article that predicts when you can expect to see that check hit your bank account. And yes, it will likely be for most Americans before Christmas. Now they have until the 11th. So on here it says, President signs into law December 11th. Goes through the House, goes through the Senate. Then it says, the first direct deposits should be issued December 14th. So on that Monday of the following week, paper checks will be sent out on December 21st, and then if you have EIP cards, you won't get it until next year. Now, we have heard, as I mentioned, White House Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has said that if you have direct deposit, SSI, SSDI, Veterans, Railroads, if you have any direct deposit accounts, then you can expect to see that money within 7 to 14 days, that it should hit your bank account in 7 days, and if there's a bank hold, then maybe make it 14, but it's going to be right away. So if they can get this done by the 11th and include stimulus checks, you could be seeing that check faster than you might have expected. Link in the description below to the article that came out yesterday that reads $1,200 stimulus checks may be in play, says Biden. And it says, on the topic of stimulus, Biden said that we need to step up now, and if we don't act, the future will be very bleak, he told reporters. Biden said he was encouraged by the bipartisan effort in the Senate. Earlier on Tuesday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said that the compromise bill could be a starting point for talks between Democrats and Republicans who have been at an impasse since the summer over the size of the economic rescue bill. Now, what they're saying is that this could be the beginning. They're going to be potentially adding more stuff in, and probably stimulus checks is going to be one of those topics of things that could be included. Now, we've also heard them say that this is just the down payment. Biden said that there's going to be a lot more to come if he has anything to do with it, so we're going to see what unfolds there. Additionally, this article says, when asked about reports that progressive Democrats such as Bernie Sanders and AOC wanted to see direct payments as part of the bill, Biden replied it would be better if they had $1,200. That may be in play still, or that may still be in play. So it's still on the table. So that's currently where things stand with the stimulus check. Now, for those of you that have been waiting for the unemployment update, so this stimulus package does include unemployment benefits as well. Actually, I think it was $180 billion to go towards unemployment. And included in there is going to be an FPUC $300 weekly boost on top of unemployment. Now, before we were hearing that this was going to be retroactive to September, now they're saying it's going to be retroactive from December 1st. So pretty much starting this week, and they said moving forward 4 months. If you're unemployed from December 1st for the next 4 months, you're going to get an additional $300 per week on top of your unemployment benefits, similar to what we had with LWA. Now, additionally, a lot of people asked, what about PUA and PEUC programs? Well, I don't have the specific information and I can't verify it yet, but what I've heard is there's going to be an additional extension of 13 weeks for both of those programs. Once again, as soon as I get the official word and I have the bill in front of me and I can share it with you guys, I'll be sure to let you know. But at this time, that's what I've heard, but don't hold me to it just yet. Well, you guys, that is your stimulus package, stimulus check, and unemployment update as of today, Saturday, December the 5th. And as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Make sure to stay tuned, hit the subscribe button button if you like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, as we've got until December 11th to get this done. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of information roll out. And if you haven't already, if you like and appreciate these updates, be sure to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Have a blessed weekend. Take care. This is Steve.